Story time, folks. I figured I'd do it while I'm out here on the track, getting in on a good little walk, get some steps in this morning. But let's jump right into it. Workplace rant, if you want to call it that. You ever felt like on your job you're being left out of events? You're being left out of meetings. You know, you always seem to be the one who didn't get the email, or you didn't get the, hey, we're gonna have a huddle, let's get together in about an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatnot. So I'm gonna tell y'all about this little recent thing that happened on the job. Lately, we've been doing some remodeling in the company, construction work and all that stuff. So it's been a little hectic for everybody. I'll agree with that. Every time the construction people have to work in a certain area, then we, the employees, we just shift to whatever section we need to shift to, in order to get out of their way and let them do their job. So anyway, they've been working on the building now, maybe a couple of months, I would say. So it's coming along pretty well. But let's get right to this feeling excluded type of thing. And it gets to a point where you start thinking, okay, is it deliberately, or is it just my imagination, or is it just because maybe I don't work every day, although I'm full-time, but I don't work Mondays through Fridays. So let's talk about this one. We've been busy working up patience, doing whatever we need to do to keep things moving, to get folks on out and don't have to be sitting around all day. So I'm doing my job. I come out, get ready to go and take care of some business. I see everybody huddled together in this little small room. And the room is right across from my office. So I kind of look, because I'm on the way to get a client, but yet everybody's huddled. So I kind of look like with the expression on my face, like, okay guys, we huddling here, nobody, Then they so quickly, some of them, to say, especially this one particular one who's supposed to be quote unquote team leader. And I'm not trying to say anything, but you be having more education than some of these folks who be team leaders. They've been placed here to micromanage. But I'm a team player. I don't have no problem with that, because I'm confident in what I have to do on my job, and I do it quite well. I've been at the job some years. Matter of fact, I've been at that job more than any of them been at that job. So anyway, I look over there, and then she looks, and some of the other ones in the little room, huddling up, look, and she'll say something like, oh, don't worry, you're fine. You just do this type of job anyway. You just do that, you just do this anyway. So we really ain't gonna be talking about none of that stuff. So I'm looking all like, okay, I've had enough of this mess. So I go ahead and get my client. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get my client, do what I need to do for them, give them everything, services that they're needing, and quickly get them on back to the next area they need to be in. That way I can come back and see if I can catch some of this huddle that I'm not, or don't need to be there, or nothing for me to hear, nothing for me. Hey, you don't do nothing but this here, so you don't need to be here. So anyway, I take my client back to the area they need to be in. I come back in time to right when everything is kind of clearing out. Some of the people are already cleared out, but you still got a few in there. You still have that team leader there, because that's her little sit down area. Because like I said, we just shift to whatever area we can get in right now because of the construction and all. So yeah, so I had a problem with it. And I went ahead and spoke what I had to speak. But no, I'll tell you what I did first. I think I went out and looked for the supervisor. She wasn't in her office, so I came on back real quick. There was a few folks still sitting around in the room where the huddle was at. And like I spoke out, and I said, I don't like the fact that I'm not invited to the huddles. I don't ever get the invites. And of course, you got some who are always gonna try to say something, to make you feel like, well, it was just because we just was gonna do this because it was just for these certain employees and this and that. I said, well, every time we have a gathering or a huddle, I'm never invited to the huddle. I said, I'm part of this team also. And I don't like to be left out when there's something I feel I need to be here. Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody can learn something from a meeting. I'm sure it has something in this meeting concerns me and everybody else in here. So some of them, of course, looking and saying up and shaking their head like, yeah, I'm in agreement of that, but yet you ain't said nothing. But that's fine, because I wasn't finished speaking. So here come the team leader. Yes, Miss so-and-so, Miss that little look on her face, that little cheap character look she have on her face. I'm like, lady, look, don't patronize me. I'm serious here. She said, well, I'm serious too. I said, no, I'm very serious here. I said, do not patronize me. I said, because what you're doing here is not fair and it's not right. If you're going to have a huddle, everybody in the clinic needs to be at the huddle. Why I don't get an invite from you, I don't know. I said I do not ever get an invite from you. I said, when you go to everybody else, you may say to them, we're going to have a huddle. Or you may even shoot them an email that I have no idea of knowing about because I don't receive your emails. I said, but when you come to me, your approach be different. You be like, well, we about to have a huddle, but you don't have to be there if you don't want to be there. Or you might bring me a piece of paper with the minutes on there and say, well, these what we're going to talk about and stuff like that, but you don't have to come though if you don't want to. And I said, why wouldn't I want to be there? I said, why wouldn't I? And like I said, she came to me one day and I was like, well, you don't have to be there. We're going to have a meeting, but you don't have to come if you don't want to come there. I said, look, let me say something. Don't come to me and say whether or not I don't want to be there. I said, why wouldn't I want to be there? I said, it's a team meeting, right? It's a huddle for everybody, right? I said, so why wouldn't I want to be there then? Makes no sense. Other than one thing, only thing I can come up with is that she didn't want me there. Good morning. So I went ahead, I went on out there, I went ahead and joined the huddle and everything like that. But and like I told them in their room, I said, any one of you in here, if you was left out of huddles and meetings and certain things and gatherings, I said, you all will feel a certain type of way. You will feel a certain type of way. If everybody left you out every time when it comes to certain things, you'll feel a certain kind of way. So anyway, once I said what I had to say, I felt fine about it. It was something I needed to say. Because for some reason, this particular team leader, I just didn't pick up good vibes from her ever. I always picked up these phony vibes from her. She was the kind that feel like, of course everybody is important. Of course everybody is needed, on the job. Nobody's above nobody else as far as I'm concerned. I never thought that just because you got certain letters on your badge mean you're superior or to anyone else. I said, there ain't no letters on this badge. It means nothing to me. Only letters need to be on my badge, I said, was G-O-D. That's it. I don't care about no other letters. So I'm good with that. But she tried to put on this, I don't know, I guess it's just her way of feeling important or whatever. But like I said, hey, we all important. It's a small clinic. You know, we ain't got to boast our chests out so much. But I feel like she does a little bit with me, a little different. And I sense, too, she feels a little uncomfortable around me. That's what I pick up. And I'm going to tell you, like I said, it's the vibe. Anybody ever had a vibe about people? You just ain't really feeling it. Something is telling you something just ain't right. It's just a negative energy type of low spirit type of thing you pick up. I don't know if anybody's in tune with that type of thing, but I am. You know, whether you call it your intuition, your mind just speaking to you, spirit speaking to you, whatever you may call it, you know. But no, I did not like it, and I didn't agree with it. And I hear one lady in the hall behind me was saying, that's right. But, you know, like I said what I had to say. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I spoke up, you know. That was Friday. So I'll see those folks, whoever be there, probably Wednesday when I go back into work. And I really don't have much to say. I'm not even going to start reporting this stuff. Because what's for? You know, I'll just deal with it on my own like I've been dealing with it. And some may say, hey, then take it to your supervisor. And I think, you know, why? She does the same thing. She's left me out of things. And I sent her an email one day, you know. It was around near the holidays. I would say maybe in December, November-ish. And I told her, well, first off, we had evaluations. So what we have to do first is do a self-evaluation. And I did my self-evaluation. You know, I did my self-evaluation, send it over and everything. And then once you do the self-evaluation, your supervisor, manager, you know, they look at that, do what they have to do. And then you be sent the main evaluation. I never received mine. And I couldn't recall seeing it until so happened I was one morning on my computer and I had received an email talking about the evaluation. I was like, I never received mine. So I checked to make sure I hadn't, you know, taken anything, you know. So I said she didn't ever send me my actual evaluation to fill out. And it looked like the deadline had already been passed. So I sent her out an email. I said, what's going on here? And she had already been acting kind of distant like she do. And like I say, it always seemed to be around a certain time, you know, where she has this change in her mood or her mode or her way about me. I sense it. Now, I'm not just imagining any of that. You don't just imagine things like that. So anyway, I sent her an email and I said, hey, I never did receive my evaluation from you. So she said, she sent me something back and she was like, well, they extended the day. I said, it was due on this day, a certain day. She said, well, they extended the day. And I had sent her an email back saying, well, after I did my little quick research, I went back into some old emails and all this stuff, right? And I was like, and I said, no, that wasn't for evaluation day they extended. That was a self-evaluation that they extended. So don't try to convince me that I got this wrong. Trust me, that has to do with my money, right? whether we get a raise or not. I don't even think we got a raise end of the year of 2024. But anyway, and so I don't know how I got to this point. I guess I just felt fed up because, like I said, for some reason, always around that time of the year, she gets a certain way with me, like she avoids me. It's just odd. It's odd. So somehow I end up sending her another email, and I said something about I don't understand what it is or why it is, but every time around this year, I get left out. I get left out of events. You leave me out of things. And I said, it's getting old. I said, that has gotten old. And let me remind y'all, around the end of the year, we had these like team builders type of things. Some of y'all probably do that on your job or have done it on a job you've been at. You know, it's where you get together, you gather the group, and you work on a little small, simple task as a team. You know, they'll break you up in 1 or 2 teams, 3 teams, or whatever. And there's an assignment, and you all work on it. So I came in one day, I was off from being off, and I looked, right? I looked, and they had some little mini Christmas type decorations or something they had done. And they had like number 1, number 2, number 3. So they had 3 teams. I said, okay. I said, she always does this. She never seemed to. And I understand I don't work Monday through Friday like they do. Or most of them do. But it never fails, okay? It never fails. So I didn't say anything. I walk out there, everybody looking all uncomfortable. Don't know what to say. I mean, just say, hey, guys, just say good morning. You know, just say good morning. Just another day, right? Not because they felt a certain type of way. They know they felt a certain type of way. See, because I'm the type of employee who come to work. I'm not there just to be there. I stay to myself. I keep busy. I'm a damn good worker, and they know it. I don't start no trouble. But I voice my word and voice my opinion and say things. If you're trying to play with my money, my character, my name and reputation, then hell yeah. Then we may just have an issue. But anyway, I never say nothing about the little decorations. You know, they didn't say nothing. You know, it wasn't nothing fancy. It wasn't nothing all that. But the point was, okay, there's supposed to be a team builder. Why can't you have this when all the team is there? If you wanted to schedule like that, you could. So days, you know, so through the day, you know, they send out little stuff and all that, where she was gonna have their little displays judged and all that. So they had a whole little thing going. You know, was gonna have it judged by clients who come in. They can vote on who they thought was the best, and all that was going on. And you know what I mean? So it was a whole little family affair type of deal, if you want to call it that. You know how that is when all the family ain't quite invited. And I think I took that role. But anyway, so later, I see what and they let us send out these group messages. I'm gonna make a video just for that. I don't know how many of y'all like receiving group messages, but I'm no fan of them, to be honest. But anyway, she sends out this other text. Now you got me in the text, even though you don't left me out of this this huddle project that you all did. So the text says, okay guys, we're gonna do this on so and so and so a day. We're trying to come up with a theme, what we can do this time. You know, we don't know yet, but we're trying to come up with something good and interesting and fun. So I'm looking at my calendar. I said, okay, so I'm working that day. But you know what? I didn't really get enthused about it because I know her. I just felt like something ain't gonna. I said, this ain't gonna work in my favor. Let's see how this rolls. So I'm supposed to be working that day when they do the next one. So let's see. That day came, right? That day came. I didn't see nothing happen. So now I'm off. Okay? So now it's an off day for me. So when I come back to work, they got new projects up. They've had another team building project done. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And they're going to be voted on by people again. Okay. Now you tell me that's not deliberately. I'm not a fool. I knew it was. I said, this is a shot at me. And I said, you know what? That's these old low self-esteem people. They don't know how to work around a person who's positive and good and decent. See, because I'm going to tell you something. When you have a good spirit meet up with a bad spirit, it don't mix. That bad spirit got to repel that good spirit some kind of way in order to feel like something. That's all this is. Well, it's fine because little mediocre stuff like that really don't bother me. But then I think sometimes, does it bother me? I don't think the fact that it bothers me if you just try to make me know about it and try to be a part of it. But even if I'm not a part of it, don't let me come in and you all feeling and looking all, oh goodness, like damn, You know what I'm saying? That expression on your face when you know you're feeling guilty, like damn, But you don't speak up when you need to speak up. You don't say nothing when you need to say something. You don't speak up when you see injustice or something not being fair or a person's not being treated fairly. You don't speak up. But may I say, let the shit be on the other foot. Then they want somebody to pat them on the back and do this and do that. But I didn't say nothing about that. No concerns, no qualms, I'm worried about it. Like I said, that's childish shit and they can have it. And to be honest, I thought about it sometimes. I thought about it and I was like, I'm kind of glad I wasn't there. Who want to participate in this mess with these old negative people who I know probably don't even care, even be around me. So why in the heck would I care to be around them? I don't even want to do no team builders at this point. So that was that. And she sent out an email, of course, and all that crap. It was getting boring, all that stuff looking so tacky out there and need to be taken down as far as I'm concerned. So she was going to have a third team builders meeting. And so happened we had a meeting about something else, and so happened I guess I got invited to that because I complained and said, why you never invite me to the meetings? So I was at that meeting. She spoke about, we probably have a third, team project at our Christmas party. Oh God, don't get me started with that. That was disastrous. But anyway, I guess I'm making this video just to say, everybody who works at a company, for the most part, if you come to work, you do your job, you're a hard worker, you're giving it all you can for those 8 hours, 12, 16, whatever hours you may work, and you gave it your best, you've earned your pay. You're not there for those folks. You ain't there for no co-workers. You're not there for no manager and supervisor. You're not there for friendship. You gotta work. It's called work for a reason. So I try to look at it like that. Just let me come to work, do my job, get paid, and I'm going to the house. And I'm gonna get the heck up out of there. I'm not there to try to be nobody's friend. I can get along with anybody who's willing to get along with me. Why can't it be so simple for folks? Just come on to work and do your job. So any of you ever felt this way? Any of you ever been feeling like you're being excluded or left out? Whether there's a reason behind it or not. And no excuses they tell you is the reason why it's happening. Because nobody can control how you feel about it. You have your own thoughts about it. So all the talk, they may say, well, it's this and well, it's that. But you can't justify how I may feel or whatnot. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And one thing I say before I get off this video, after that little huddle they had in that room, right? I went back there after I said what I had to say, right? So I went back there to see the manager, see if she was in her office. And here comes the quote unquote micromanager. Well, she's not a manager, micromanagement team leader coming down the hall. Oh, I just want to say that I apologize for that and this and that. You know, I understand you're talking about. I know what to do now. I'm on it. You know, let's just get past it. I looked at her like, I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look how you saying it. I said, take that look off your face and that little quirky grin off your face after you just insulted my character back there in that meeting, leaving me out of things in front of my co-workers. She said, well, I'm sorry if you thought that that you thought I was patronizing you and all of this and all of that, whatever she was saying. And she was like, well, I don't know how you want me to be. I said, just be real. Just be real. So anyway, I walked away. I didn't go to the manager's office. I saw her in there. I just went around and did what I had to do. And that's the end of that. So like I said, I go back in tomorrow. And I'm just going to be there, do my job. Nothing extra. Nothing extra. I have helped these folks out and these companies out left and right, doing things above and beyond. Trust me. Just the other day, the supervisor was like, oh, I'm so glad you came. She called me and asked me, could I come in an extra day to help out? And I went ahead and obliged. So she had said to me, it really helps when you come in and help out extra. When you come in, it just really helps. It helps a lot. And if you want to come in any other time, you know, and work and get you some hours, whatever, just let me know. Now, she usually try to send people home. Don't want folks to get overtime. Don't make no extra hours. Send them home early in the day and stuff. Not me. Because my job, what I do, I got to be there. I'm the only one there who can do my job. So I'm like, okay. I said, well, okay, well, fine. All right. But anyway, folks, hope you all enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it for you guys. Share, like, comment, and please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And I'll have more content coming. So everybody enjoy your day. Thank you for listening.